Welcome to Eureka Math. I'm Mr. Shankel. I'm going to be helping you today with Module 3, Lesson 18. Let's get started. All right, today we're talking about distance. We're trying to find the distance between two ordered pairs. And in order to do that, we start with just considering the problem on a coordinate plane, and then we'll move to just using the ordered pairs to find the distance. So let's consider this first question here. I have the point 0, -2 and 0, 9 that I'm going to plot on the number line. So I'm going to move no units right or left and go down 2. So that one's going to be right there. And then I'm going to use go 0 movements left or right and go up 9. 8, 9 right there. So here is that point. And now we can see that the distance between the two are the 9 from the positive and the 2 from the negative added together. So it's a total distance of 11. So we can look at it on the coordinate graph, the coordinate plane, and figure out what the distance is. But we want to be able to find the distance without having to use the coordinate plane. So here's what we do. We're going to look at the original ordered pairs, and I notice that my x values are both 0. So I've got a 0 here and a 0 here. Since they're exactly the same, that means there's no movement left or right between these ordered pairs, between those 2 points. So the 0 in the x value position means that there's no change. We started at 0, we ended at 0, so there was no change left or right. And you'll notice on our graph, there is no movement left or right, it's just up and down. So since those two are the same, I'm going to ignore them. I don't even care what they are. As long as they don't change, I'm going to leave them alone. What I really want to know is what is the relationship between this -2 y value and the positive 9 x value? Well, we have a rule. If you find a value that's one is negative and the other is positive, in other words, they're on opposite sides of the number line, opposite sides of 0, in either direction. One's positive, one's negative, the other one's negative, then it's positive, whatever. As long as they're different, then we are going to add the absolute values to find the distance. So I'm going to take the absolute value of -2, and I'm going to add that to the absolute value of 9. Well, the absolute value of -2 is 2. Remember, absolute value is the distance from 0, so it's always positive. So this -2 is 2 units from 0. And 2 plus 9 is 11. So this is a change of 11. And then the last thing that we want to look at is what's going on with the line? Is it going to be a vertical line or a horizontal line? What's it going to be? But notice that the y value is the one that changes here. And the y value in an ordered pair is always telling you whether to go up or down. And so I know that since the change is a change in y, that this is going to be a vertical line. So I have a vertical change of 11. All right, let's look at part B. If we graph this, I would have 11, 4, and so I'd be over here to the right 11 and then up 4, maybe somewhere in there. And then 2, 11 is right 2 and up 11, so I'd be somewhere in here. And then notice our line, if we were to connect these, is it's a diagonal line. So can we find the length? And the answer is yes, but only if we know the Pythagorean theorem, and we don't yet in 6th grade. So we're going to only find the distance between two points if they're a horizontal or a vertical line. The only way that it's a horizontal or a vertical line is if either the x is the same value or if the y is the same value. And we don't have that happening. We've got 11 and 2 for x, 4 and 11 for y. So there is no vertical or horizontal line here because they don't match up. So a vertical line, a diagonal line, we are not going to find the distance yet. Okay, let's look at C. On C, I do have a 3x value and another 3x value. So the x value is not going to change. That means that this line is not going to change left to right. It's going to be a vertical line. So I'm going to compare my y values. And when I look at my y values, I've got a -8 and I've got a -1. So this time, both of my numbers are on the same side of 0, same side of the number line. So I'm going to subtract their absolute values. The distance from 0 for -8 minus the distance from 0 for -1. So absolute value of -8 is 8 minus absolute value of -1 is 1. So this is 7. And since it's a y value, y always tells you up or down. So this is a vertical line again. Okay? The only way we get a horizontal line is if the x value changes, and we would apply the same techniques to find the distance. Now, some of you might be thinking, why can't I just plot it on the coordinate plane and count it out? And the answer is, at some point, specifically on the test, you're going to get numbers like that one and this one. And you're going to have to find out how far is it between 223 and -518. And to draw out a coordinate plane that would fit those ordered pairs would be not fun. So learn the techniques. Always compare the things that are different, the ones that change, in this case the x value. And since this is a x value change, I know that it's going to be a horizontal line. And then they're on opposite sides of the number line, so I would add their absolute values. 223 plus the absolute value of -518. And this is 223 plus 518. So 741 is the answer here. 741, and it's a horizontal line. Okay, well that's lesson 18. Hope that helps. I'll see you again next time.